Good morning, welcome to Morning Review. This is Kim speaking on Monday, the 24th of October. So, the euro dollar first, and well, Friday saw more selling, heading back down towards this area I've marked on here, about 108.37 sort of region is the previous lower high, lowest support, even lower low. Well, how markets are moving at the moment, seeing a little bit of a rally. There was almost not quite a divergence on the 4 hourlies here. We have got some points above us, which might just see the market move towards as we get the weekly pivot above us there at 109.27. And the daily pivot yet at 108.90. So it's a couple of points, as I said, which might just see the market run up to. Actually, on just looking at an hourly chart, it looks like that was almost a double bottom, but not quite. But anyway, so a break of this 34 may see us push on upwards to, as I say, to the daily pivot, and maybe a little bit more. Break of the lows, well, that really just sees me then looking for the further downside, but maybe able to get into a short before then. It's a bit difficult at the moment on here, but let's just put the line in the wrong place. Let's see if I can get the trend line sticking to the bottom there, but there will be a trend running across the lows here somewhere, and the break of that may see us down to the S1 and a continuation. Another 20 points or so. Okay, pound dollar. So look at the bigger time frames here, and you just see another down day in the end on Friday, hanging man again. Could be signifying these tails at the bottom there that well, it's on a sort of a decline, but wants to fight back. Now we've got the weekly pivot just above us, and it's heading for that already at 122.30. What's that, 32 roundabout? 122.32 is the weekly pivot where the price may head back for. Looking at the 60 where it's already caught the daily pivot, so that really is, to say, it's a 50 MA. There's quite a few things with that that level if we can push up there. And now, a bit like the euro, if we start selling off here, we've always got the lower S1, etc. to head for. So I'll put the trend line across the lows there. It's probably not as clean as it should be, but it's around that sort of region now. If I see a break of that, I'm much more inclined to be looking at the short side. But for now, well, daily pivot's already been hit, so it's wiped out of the way. But if it gets above that daily pivot, I'll be more bullish. Heading up for well, not for a lot of points. What's that? 22.32 is only about 10 points in that look. By the looks of things, let's have a quick measure, make sure I'm not going completely. Yep, only about 10 pips in that. So there's not a big move in this morning towards that area, but that could be a good shorting point. It hasn't tested at 50 for a long time. It could be a good shorting point if it does push up there early on. Okay, dollar yen. I've seen some mixed figures out through the Asian session, but well, if anything, whilst they were mixed, it was erring to more positive for Japan, slightly, marginally. In fact, things weren't quite as bad as expected rather than being good. But that's seeing us urging down a little bit. That still got the possibility of getting down towards that 21, daily 21. It's catching up with price, though, as it does so. Nothing much more of a signal on the 4 hourlies there. We've already gone through the daily pivot, weekly pivot. S1 would look like a good target, so just see how we run after 8 o'clock, and if we get a little retrace into the 8 o'clock pivot and perhaps then a breakdown from there, it would give us a bit of a clue to the possible downside. But the dollar is still looking strong. The US dollar is still looking strong across most of these markets to quite a degree. Aussie dollar, well, one of the ones already pushed up, caught daily, going up towards its weekly pivot at the moment. Well on its way, although it's just retesting that 21 hourly, 4 hourly 21 at the moment. Mixed data always with the Aussie dollar, or mixed views on the Aussie dollar. Might just make that weekly pivot at this rate this morning. But it'll hit the R1 as well at that point, so that really wipes it out from my sort of daily target. So not a lot more to be said. And finally, the Canadian dollar, again, just sort of a quick look at what oil price is doing. It's stalling around that $50 mark, which is not a big surprise. So the Aussie dollar sold off on the sort of weak figures and continued to rally effectively last week. Now it's got into that sort of marginal divergence at these highs. Maybe as we start seeing it break down and get a bit more confirmation, we've got almost a pivot, a bearish pivot swing there, but just wait for, bear in mind it's at a high here, to wait for a bit of confirmation. Maybe a break of the 4-hourly 8 would give me a bit more confirmation that it could be heading back south. It's got the 21s here to get through as well, and even that close below those 21s may be a better or a good sign as well. So they'll probably come together, the close below them. And then I could be looking for more for the downside, but at the moment there's a possibility we could break the highs there and run up towards the daily R1. Okay, news-wise today, it's mainly focused around the euro. We got the French and German flash manufacturing data out this morning at 8 and 8:30 respectively, and then at 9 o'clock we got the European flash manufacturing services figures coming out. So they can move the market, normally 10, 15 pips, so occasionally 20 on a good move, but on really good data. But we'll be watching for those. Looking further down today, there's not really that much to move the market there. I've got an FOMC speaker at 2 o'clock. Delivering the opening remarks at the Federal Bank of New York annual conference, maybe, and actually Bullard speaking as well. Maybe the two of them are due to speak about the economy and monetary policy at the Association of University Business. Okay, so perhaps 205, we could start seeing a bit of volatility coming through as more members are adding weight, more members of the FOMC are adding weight behind the idea of an interest rate increase sooner rather than later. Okay, that's pretty much it for me. Hope you have a great one. Bye for now.